We've been looking at the consumer and looking at how confident they are approaching 2014 and what's in store for brands as a result of that confidence. And yes, there is optimism and positivity in the air. The recent Consumer Sentiment Index showed a 7-year high, which is quite amazing. And our own research, we researched 1,000 people in the market to see just how confident they're feeling about 2014. And our own research indicated that 88% of people are looking forward to 2014 and expecting a really good year. So that's great, and there's hope and positivity, but there's also a lot of expectation out there. For brands and advertisers, really the important thing is that positivity and optimism going to translate into spending? Are consumers going to consume more products and services in 2014? And to really understand that, we wanted to ask the consumer just how much money they had left over at the end of the month. Once they've paid their mortgage, their rent, their necessities like food and petrol, etc., just how much they have at the end of the month. And 2/3 of people describe themselves as either just surviving, so just meeting their payments, struggling, or worse. So it's still really, really tough out there for the consumer, and that's really important for us to remember. Where might this increase in spend come from in 2014? Well, 1/3 of those surveyed said they did have some spare cash left at the end of the month after they pay all their necessities and bills. So that's potentially where some increase in spending may come from. However, only 16% of people said they intend to loosen their belts in 2014. So again, we need to just be cautiously optimistic about where consumer spending will be going in 2014. For the consumer, control is becoming more and more important. They've access to more information than ever before, and they're advising and influencing each other's purchases more than ever before. So control is really, really important now, and the consumer is much more in control of where they're spending and how they're spending their cash. During the recession, the consumer felt a lack of control. They felt that the recession wasn't caused by them, nor that they could influence the recovery to any great extent. So they felt a real lack of control. So now where they do have control is where they are spending their money, and then they also have control about how they are talking about the experiences of where they're spending their money. So now they feel in control. They know they'll get a reaction when they voice their opinion, and they're seeing that time and time again. So they're influencing each other more and more. This means, from a media point of view, actually one of the most influential and important touch points for our brands and advertisers is word of mouth. And that has always been the case to a certain degree, but is even more powerful now. And we feel that brands and advertisers don't anticipate enough just how much they can get involved in the conversation, how much they can influence it, and how much they can respond to it and listen and really learn what consumers are thinking in real time about their brands and services and acting upon that. To do this really effectively, you can invest in social listening tools. You can adapt your campaigns as they're happening in real time. You can anticipate before the campaign goes live what kind of conversation might happen and be ready for that. The consumer is nimble, they're fast. Keep up with them and demand that your agencies do the same.